Because now we've explained it like that, you're on a sure path to success. Well, everyone, so we're up for the third episode of the Streamer Files. Where this one, we're going to be tackling some questions that have come from the community and some direct messages, and looking into, see if we can get some answers, some clarity on the future of live content and streaming, content creation, whichever way you want to word it. Let's get into it. Yeah, got a really good question that's come in from Adam. I'll link his details in the description as well. And it's when you're getting into content creation, streaming, whichever way. Once you start to take it serious, the question is: as a streamer, why would you pick a sensible and memorable name instead of one with many different characters and symbols? Now, there's a simple. Kind of a simple but a long explanation at the same time. So when it comes to your branding, you'll see many people with X_.tv or things along those lines. One thing that I suggest from a branding, which is I have many years experience in, is going for a generic name. So something that will have the ITZ and then your name. Something that has .tv, so .ttv for Twitch TV. You're already in a directory which is hard to be discovered in anyway. We're talking about live streaming onto Twitch. Giving yourself such a generic name, you're making it harder for people to find you, on top of it being hard to find you in the first place. The best suggestion I can give for you is think of something which means you. So think of something which really encapsulates your brand, your personality, and what you're trying to convey as that message going across. There are times within the business that you understand that swimming against the tide is not the right thing to do. So I understand that certain aspects will work, but if you see 8,000 streamers with the .tv all not doing well on the platform, all you're going to end up doing is reproducing that failure, and I'm sorry to say it, but reproducing that failure and the same level. Absolutely amazing question, Adam. I really do appreciate it. Let's move on to the next one. Another really good question that's come in, and this person wants to remain nameless for it, which I understand, is I watched your last upload and talking about streaming and content creation as opposed to live streaming only and putting content on Twitch. Should I become a live streamer, or should I go straight into content creation on YouTube? So what I would suggest is, if you're starting to get into the industry, like we said in episode 1 of the Streamer Files, if you're looking to start to get into the industry, absolutely start as a live streamer. Because now, at this point, you haven't got any bad habits. And to be honest, if you were to try and record content, so let's say gameplay content, and put it directly onto YouTube, you haven't really got that much experience. So looking to put something together as a live stream, well, you're learning the industry. You're not really at the point now where it's a serious business venture, where you're looking for your brand. You're just learning your trade. So yeah, absolutely 100%. If you want to start on live streaming, go onto Twitch, just make sure you gauge your expectations. As we've said a million times before, Twitch has a very poor discoverability, and to make it absolutely clear, a business model, if that's what you're looking to aim towards, a business model for long-term success will never happen if you're looking to solely leverage just live content. What you need to do, and I know we're going over it and I've been saying this for years, is you need to look at what your long form content is. So this is content that people can consume on their own time scale, not just when you go live. Your short form content, so this is shorts on YouTube, TikToks, Instagrams. This instantly consumable live stream, as opposed to something which people can have and enjoy on their own time scale. So to kind of that long answer to a short question is, if you're getting into content creation, should you start a live stream over on Twitch? Yes, absolutely. Learn your craft. This next question I absolutely love, and that's why I've saved it for the last one. And it goes, what made you decide to move your content from live streaming to what you're saying is the plan to go forward with content creation? To give you an idea of what I saw in the industry, and to put it here, I've had this in many of my Dr. D sessions, where I sit down and I help and mentor streamers and content creators, and I have done this for many years. So I've privately said some of these conversations, but here let's have a public conversation about it. I've seen how the industry has been going. So if we rewind back to, let's say, 2019. Going back to 2019, I was a content streamer, sole streamer only over on Twitch, and we done well. And someone introduced me to Mixer. Mixer was a fantastic platform that had great potential. A long story for what happened with that, so let's cut to the chase. They effectively sold off all of their partners, closed everything down. A lot of content creators from the Mixer closure days, I'd like to say, and I'll put myself in this, we just jumped back to what we knew and jumped onto Twitch. Now, the sustainability of both commitment to what you need to stream and the numbers that you need to get on Twitch in order to have any sense of success are phenomenal. To give you an idea, as it stands now, a concurrent viewership of over 15, which is not a lot, a concurrent viewership of over 15 people in your stream will put you within the top 1% of streamers over on Twitch. Now, that, even being a small number, goes to show how saturated and disproportionate the distribution, not an easy thing to say, of viewers to streamers are on there. So even if you're in the top 1% of streamers over on Twitch at 15 viewers, you still fall far below the requirements in order to make partnership. Now, that is completely unsustainable for any business model. If you're in the top 1% of your industry in any other industry, the conversation about partnership should be a given. Then you move on to your affiliate agreement. So once you've become an affiliate, which is relatively quite simple to do, once you become an affiliate over on Twitch, you are getting a 50-50 split, and you need to still put in a lot of hours for what you're doing. In a directory where if you've got 15, you're doing well, but you'll see that you're about 7 to 12 scrolls of a wheel on a desktop, or God knows how many on a mobile, to get down to your channel. So your discoverability is really low. Now, as part of your agreement on both affiliate and on partnership, Twitch holds the right to your content, meaning your creativity is restrained into one place, your live stream that people view at that time. You can't restream to any other platforms, so it stifles your creativity to the live content, which you need to grind for to try and stay within that top 1%. Now, looking at making more digestible content, so YouTube comes into the fold. Now, YouTube being backed by Google, if you Google anything, the first results you get are actually YouTube clips. So you Google something, you'll get YouTube clips. You know, how do I change a tire? It will come up as YouTube clip first. So you've got a huge search engine, and it's on YouTube, which is a very well established video on demand service. So putting your content there and having no restrictions on what you'd be able to reuse that same content for now opens up your creativity, so you can do your video on demand, take snippets from that, put it on a YouTube short, put it on a TikTok. but it's at your own time scale. So not only is it a better work-life balance for you, but it's also better for the audience. So this is where the picture's starting to become a little bit clearer now. You can actually go and record just a short. You can now live stream on there and use some of that content from your live stream as a short. You can compile that live stream. So even if you do it on Twitch, some streams on Twitch, you take some of that content, you put it into a short, you put it on TikTok, you put it on a YouTube short. Well, now you're doing effectively one product. So your Twitch stream, your YouTube stream, and you're redistributing it to multiple audiences. It's a real kind of new age version of working smart rather than working hard. And that is what everyone is trying to aim for. It's better to be able to put out more high quality content at a better work-life balance without burnout. Now, burnout is another subject that we'll get into, and the flip side of burnout is you have what we deem as the streamer blues, where you end up working towards numbers, and it's a very toxic and downward spiral once you get into that. There are things you can do to get yourself out of that, and another one of our sessions will go into that further. Amazing question. I really do appreciate it, and I hope I've kind of answered some of that over the last ones, which what I've been saying is do become a content creator. But that's how I am looking at the industry, which is ever changing. That's another thing you need to keep in mind. The industry is ever changing. The landscape from 2020 to 2021 has completely changed. Long gone are the days when you can just go live a couple of times a week and expect to have that as a sustainable business. We've said it in one of the previous streamer files. Make sure you head back, and while you're there, like and subscribe. If you're doing it as a hobby, absolutely, and if you're doing it where you're learning the industry, like we said previously, that makes perfect sense. But for any sense of discoverability or longevity, a strategy that involves video on demand, shorts, is the only way you're going to see any success. But it will not be overnight. Those illusions of being able to do that and be instantly successful, those days are gone. And they're gone for a good reason. Now, as many more streamers are realizing that the access that they get to their community and what they can give to that community as a content creator is opening, then as we've said, the landscape of live streaming versus content creation is changing, and changing for the better. So I hope all of that's helped. If it has, and I've earned you a like, make sure you hit the subscribe notification bell whilst you're down there, and comment down there on anything you'd like to see in the future uploads. Soon we're going to be launching our Dr. D sessions. This is a program where we'll be mentoring streamers and content creators, but we'll have more details, so stay tuned for that coming up soon. All that's left for me to say is happy streaming, safe streaming and content creation, and we'll see you in the next Streamer File uploads. Take it easy.